Hello students, welcome to our YouTube channel Pratik Singh Classes. This is the 32nd video for CBSE Std.10th Science and second part of chapter 7 Control and Coordination. The previous video that part first video 31st was just the a small introduction about this chapter. There we have seen what is the meaning of coordination and control. Then we have seen about nervous system in animals, okay, and then we have seen how the information is transformed and taken away from the neurons, okay, what happens at the neuromuscular junction and a lot of other things we have seen. Okay, here in today's video we will start from section 7.1.1, that is what happens in reflex actions. Okay, before I start this video, let me request to all of you to please subscribe my channel Pratik Singh Classes and hit the bell icon for all the videos, and please like and share it among your friends. Fine, so let us start our today's video. Okay, starting from section 7.1.1, that is what happens in reflex actions. Before starting this, let me tell you about reaction due to stimuli, which you have studied in the previous classes in class 6th, 7th and 8th. Okay, simultaneously. Okay, there you have studied that when a small plant in the pot, okay, when it is kept in a dark place, okay, it will bend towards the direction, okay, from where sunlight is coming. That happens due to reaction due to stimuli. Okay, then when we mistakenly touch anything hot, we turn back, we run out from there. Okay, that also happens because of reaction due to stimuli. Sometimes we fear, sometimes we feel happy, okay, we feel sad, and a lot of other psychological things happen in our body. That all happens because of some reflex actions. Okay, so now we study what really it is, how does it work. Reflex is a word we use very commonly when we talk about some sudden action in response to something in the environment. Okay, means there happens something in around us and we take some action, okay, against us to protect ourselves, okay, to save ourselves, and that is called as reflex action. Okay, means something suddenly has changed and we take some action against that instantaneously. We say, I jumped out of the way of the bus reflexly, or pulled my hand back from the flame reflexly. Okay, or I was so hungry my mouth started watering reflexly. Okay, that means if suppose you are walking on the road, okay, and suppose to the opposite direction any biker is coming, okay, in a wrong way, and just in front of you it comes, okay, you will try to protect yourself against hitting by the bike, okay, and that is the reflex action. Okay, or likewise suppose you see that there is something happening, going to happen, which may hurt you, and you take some sudden action to protect yourself. That happens because your brain has taken some reflex action. Okay, we not need to think about it, it happens instantaneously. Okay, that means our brain is so conscious that it can calculate what may happen. Okay, what exactly do we mean from these reflex actions? A common idea in all such example is that we do something without thinking about it or without feeling in control of our reactions. Okay, means these things happens is being controlled by our feelings, okay, and without our thoughts. Okay, means we don't think that if a biker will hit us, then we will take turn or we will jump out of the road. Okay, if we see something coming towards us, okay, dangerously, we and instantaneously we jump out of that place. Okay, that means the brain has calculated and acted so quickly that it doesn't give us time to think about it. Yet these are situations where we are responding with some action to change in our environment. Okay, here environment means our surrounding. How is control and coordination achieved in such situations? Okay, so here the question comes is what controls these actions, what controls our bodily actions, okay, and how is it guided? Okay, how all the parts of our body is coordinated with every other part of the body and the action happens. Let us consider this further. Take one of our examples. Touching a flame is an urgent and dangerous situation for us, or in fact for any animal, okay, that it may harm, okay, it may burn the skin, it may burn the hand, legs, whatever. How would we respond to it? Okay, if suppose sorry, if suppose behind us or next to us anything is burning and we unawarely put our hand over it, we feel very hot and instantaneously we pull our hand back from there, okay, that means we respond to it, okay, so that our hand should not be burnt, okay. The question arises here is, how would we respond to it? One seemingly simple way is to think consciously about the pain and the possibility of getting burnt, and therefore we move our hand. Okay, so it may happen that we will think that our hands will burn, okay, then we will think that we should remove our hand from there, and then we will remove our hand from there. So it will take a lot of time. An important question is, how long will it take us to think at all? Means till the time we will think all of these things, okay, we already will get harmed. The answer depends on how we think. If nerve impulses sent around the way we have talked about earlier, then thinking is also likely to involve the creation of such impulses. Thinking is a complex activity, so it is bound to involve a complicated interaction of many nerve impulses from many neurons. Okay, that means suppose you are feeling hot, okay, in your palm, or suppose you put your hand over any flame, okay, there the nerves around that area will react, will make the information, then it will process the information, that information will be transformed into chemical reactions, then it will go from one part of the nerve cell to the other part by electrical impulse being created by the chemical reactions, then again it is converted to chemical reaction, okay, at the end of the nerve, then it will go to the another nerve cell, okay, in the form of electrical impulse, and one by the other it will reach to the brain, and then the brain will calculate what may be the situation, how much danger it will create, okay, how much harm it will create, and then it will take some reflex action, and again that information that the hand should be removed from that place will be calculated by the brain, okay, and then that information, processed information, will go from one nerve to the other nerve, and again up to that area where we are feeling burned, okay, and then our hand will remove from that place, okay. So it will take a lot of time, but it happens instantaneously, okay. An important question then is, how long it will take to think us, okay, as we have seen. Fine. Thinking is a complex activity, so it is bound to involve a complicated interaction of many nerve impulses from many neurons, not one or two, it is in millions. All right. If this in the case, it is not surprised that the thinking tissue in our body consists of dense networks or intricately arranged neurons, okay. It sits in the forward end of the skull and receives signals from all over the body which it thinks about before responding to them, okay. That means it is connected the forehead where the thinking tissue is situated. It is being connected by each and every part of the body by neurons, okay, and it is a complex network which receives signal from every other part of our body. Obviously, in order to receive these signals, the thinking part of the brain in the skull must be connected to nerves coming from the various parts of the body, okay. It is just like the wires coming from different junctions at main point. Similarly, if this part of the brain is to instruct muscle to move, nerves must carry this signal back to different parts of the body. Means first nerves will you can say collect the information, then it will be processed, then it will go from one to the other, to up to the thinking tissue of the brain. Then the brain will do some calculations, then again that instruction made by the brain okay, that thinking tissue will be given to the nerves, and then it will be transported to each and every different part of the body, which has to be taken into consideration, or which has to take action. If all of this is to be done when we touch a hot object, it may take enough time for us to get burned. Okay, means if all these things happens, okay, if all these things happen, okay, that transportation, then thinking, then again retransportation of information, then again taking the action, it will take a long time. Until then, okay, we will get burned, the hand will get burned. Okay, so how does the design of the body solve this problem? Means to make our body, or to make our body parts safe, okay, it should be done instantaneously. Then the question arises here is the problem of solving these things, okay, that what type of information should be processed and what type of action should be done. Okay, we have to think of a situation where all the information is processed and managed so quickly, okay, that we should not get harm. Alright, rather than having to think about the sensation of heat, if the nerves that detect heat were to be connected to the nerves that move muscle in a simpler way, the process of detecting the signal or the input and responding to it by an output action might be completed quickly. Okay, so to respond quickly, these things happen. Such a connection is commonly called as reflex arc, okay, as given in figure 7.2. so let us see figure 7.2 what really happens here. So you can see that heat or pain is being recepted by the nerve cells, okay, then it goes to the sensory neurons, then it goes to the spinal cord, okay, and at the spinal cord it goes to the message to brain, okay, then the brain gives some directions, or sometimes nerve spinal cord itself take the action, okay, take the calculations, and then it comes as motor neuron, and then it gives an impulse or direction to the muscle to remove away from there. Okay, so this is called as reflex arc. All right, such a connection is commonly called as reflex action, as we have seen below in picture 7.2 and figure 7.2. all right, 1 minute. Where should such reflex arc connections are made between the input nerve and output nerve? The best place, of course, would be at the point where they first meet each other, and we know very well that all the nerves first meet each other to the backbone, okay, or here as given here to the spinal cord, and then it reflection goes to the brain. Nerves from all over the body meet in a bundle in the spinal cord on their way to the brain. Reflex arcs are formed in this spinal cord itself, although the information input also goes to reach the brain. Okay, that means here the reflex action is done first and last by the backbone and brain respectively. Okay, of course reflex arc have involved in animals because the thinking process of brain is not fast enough. Okay, so in animals reflex arc happens fastly because their brain is not so developed like us. That means their spinal cord acts better than their brain. In fact, many animals have very little or none of the complex neuron network needed for thinking. So it is quite likely that reflex arcs have evolved as efficient way of functioning in the absence of true thought processes. Okay, that means before the brain takes action, the spinal cord takes the action and proceeds. However, it happens that the message also goes to the brain that something really has happened, and then we think. First we take the action and then we think what really has happened. Okay, so however, even after complex neuron network have come into existence like in human beings, reflex arcs continue to be more efficient for quick responses. Okay, so as we see in every living organism around us. Okay, so now coming to human brain. Okay, and this is something a long part. Okay, we will see about this in our next video. So this video was just of, I hope, 15 minutes, and it says about what is the reflex action and how does it work. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have any question to ask, any doubt, please type the question in the comment section of this video. It is open to everybody now, and please share it to your friends as much as possible and hit the bell icon for all the videos, and please subscribe our channel Pratik Singh Classes. The more subscribers makes me encouraged to bring the things better than earlier for you, which you will be get more advantage. Fine, so till our next class, take care of yourself. Bye bye.